sit side by side. Their drinks stand on a low table in front of them. Arthur's is a pint, Margot's a gin and tonic. Arthur takes a pull at his pint.
I've always wanted to live at Green Acres. Better class of house up there. Grander, better finished.
And dearer, of course. Much dearer.
Up to my elbows in suds in the kitchen, I'd be saying to myself, another year or two, and you'll be there, Margot.
When the estate was new, remember? Everyone called it Locke's Landing, after the TV programme.
Yeah. John Van Ark was in that. Nice to have a dream.
Would have made it too. Both of us doing all right. Property market booming.
Then along came Fred
Fred.
Goodwin, the banker, and all his little chums.
Oh, I am. Fred the Shred.
Shredded our dreams anyway. One salary now instead of two.
Banks reluctant to lend.
Can't sell houses in our street these days. So no Green Acres. Not for a while anyway.
Arthur takes a pull at his pint. Margot sits her gin and tonic.
Could still change the car though. Get something newer. A BMW maybe.
Oh, Arthur, how much would that cost?
Not too much. Get a good trade in on the old one, wouldn't we?
On an Austin Allegro?
It's a collector's item. Much sought after.
Where is it sought after? Oh, tell me that.
It's a classic.
No, only if you're an anorak. And anoraks don't have money. Can't even afford new anoraks, most of them.
Worth a try anyway. Thought I might go to the BMW dealers on Friday. See what they'd offer.
Arthur, they'd only go and phone social services. Get you sanctioned probably. Sectioned.
But what about if...
But nothing, Arthur. She's a good old car. Done us proud. We'll just have to hang on to her for a bit longer. That's all.
Jeez. Would be nice to have a few bob to spend on something. Maybe someday.
Arthur has another glug of his beer.
You're forgetting about Veronica's wedding.
Forget about it? I wish I could forget about it. Giving me nightmares. I never liked her dad.
Arthur, here's your brother. After all.
Yeah, my oldest brother. The family's designated nutter and chief bully.
Oh, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur, nothing. I was the youngest and the smallest. He should be on a register. Probably is. In Ireland. Along with all those priests.
This is all grand. Been over it before. We're going to your niece's wedding in Dublin at the end of the month.
They've already stumped up for a present. Far too much if you ask me.
A pair of towels isn't regarded as adequate, not if you're close family. We had to splash out.
Splash out? We dived right in, damn near drowned.
Don't want to be stingy. What goes around comes around.
What do you mean? Oh, I get it. We had to get Veronica something pricey because...
That's right. Because there's our Eileen to consider when her time comes to get married.
Meantime, we're already up to the price of a dishwasher for Veronica. And we've still got to reckon on the fares to Dublin for the three of us. And 2 nights in that bloody hotel.
Language, Arthur. It's a nice hotel. We might as well make the most of our stay in Dublin. No point in spoiling the ship for an eighth of the tar.
Eighth? Ha! If only it were eightpenny.
The Langan Hotel. Oh, sounds lovely. 5 stars.
500 quid a night. And breakfast extra, of course.
Couldn't have us sneaking away to that other place you found. What was it called?
Mother McCree's guest house. Tea's made in every room.
Yes, well. Couldn't have us sneaking off to old Mother McCree's just while the rest of the family are swanking it up at the Langan. Well, I'm talking about us, of course.
Keeping up appearances. That's the worst of it. Can't afford a new house. Or a new car. But we give the credit cards a good belting just so the family won't look down on us. Spending it before we've got it.
Kathy the barmaid enters.
You two all right? Same again? Some food, maybe?
Maybe not tonight, Kathy.
We've got special on Wednesdays, remember? Half-price pizza and buy one, get one free on burgers.
Just crisps, Kathy. Cheese and onion, please.
2 packets.
Just the one, thanks.
Righto.
Kathy exits.
Remember we used to eat here every Wednesday?
Plus we'd be out properly at the weekends. Indian or Italian.
One packet of friggin' crisps now. Talk of the devil.
Kathy enters with crisps in a bowl.
Here we are. Now, something to drink. You'll be finished that pint in a minute, Arthur, and that gin's near dead.
I'm all right, thanks, Kathy.
Are you sure? Well, I'll have another anyway.
Maybe just half pint, dear.
Half pint? Joking, aren't you? Only for puff dozen politicians half pints. No good for the working man.
You're an unemployed man now, Arthur. I'm encouraging to watch his waistline, Kathy.
Why, what's it doing? Conjuring tricks?
Expanding, that's what it's doing.
Expanding, what do you mean? Expanding?
Only a little bit. But we don't want you to lose that youthful figure now, do we, Arthur?
I suppose not, dear. So, right, just a half pint this time, love. Don't want to be turning parts down, you know, if old Daniel Craig gets sick and they want me to do James Bond.
Kathy exits.
Showing me up.
Carried it off, okay.
One for Clathy. Me buying a half pint. You nursing that G&T as if it were a baby.
It's not out in the open, though, but we're a bit short. No one was putting it in the papers for everyone to laugh at.
Kathy enters with a half pint.
Oh, thanks, love.
Looking forward to Tuesday, Arthur. Grand final. Bound to be a good crowd.
Tuesday? What's on Tuesday? Here, you're not coming down here to watch a stripper.
I think not. Family pub, this is. Well, most of the time. You do get swearing, scenes of an adult nature and some nudity, but not on Tuesdays. That's open night.
What, like X Factor, you mean?
Are you having me on? No? You really haven't told her, Arthur?
Go on then, Arthur, and tell me the big secret.
Been having a go.
At what?
Stand up.
Stand
Comedy.
Stand up. You? Huh, now that is a laugh.
It's the deadpan delivery. It's just like Jack D. Adam wetting himself last 5 weeks, through to final now.
Final? Final of what?
Search for a stand-up. Regional final.
What region?
Alt Northwest. Already won city and county titles. Not having me on, are you? You really didn't tell her, Arthur.
Told me nothing. I thought he was out there with his job seekers, knocking on doors, going to the job club and all that. And here he's been larking about, cracking jokes in a pub.
Quite a lot of pubs, actually, and clubs, in front of an audience. Better than taking your kit off for cash.
Believe me, dear, he'd make little enough at that.
Had to try something. No chance of a job at my old trade. Factory's all gone belly up. Got the idea at the job club. Acquire new skills, they said. So I gave it a go. Went on a course
When was this?
a couple of months ago. Surprised myself. Got started with a few amateur gigs. Then, well, sort of took off.
I am surprised you didn't hear, Margot. Competitions was next, weren't they, Arthur?
That's it. County final at the Dog and Strumpet. My finest hour that was.
Finest hour so far. Could be better to come. Nobody tells them like Arthur.
Meant to tell you. After the regionals. After I've got enough cash to throw around. Maybe enough for that new car. Or the wedding.
What's the prize then?
The front. 500 quid. Plus a string of bookings at the biggest clubs in the northwest.
Worth winning, all right.
Of course, I had to spend a few bob to get started. Fee for the course was 50 quid. Then I had to buy a few drinks for folks at the gigs. Folks who could help me, put my name about. Plus entry fees and that. Made it all back already.
Okay then, Jack D. What you been cracking jokes about? Have you been making people laugh?
Not cracking jokes. Funny monologues. That's more my line.
Like Stanley Holloway,
Politi-
Albert and the Lion.
Political stuff. Sticking it up Lord Snooty and his pals. You know, Cameron, Osborne and the rest. But what they're doing to the country. And old Byre, of course. He started it. Along with Prudence Brown.
So the country's buggered, the economy's knackered, and you're making money out of it.
Trying to. Get my best material from that Robert Peston.
Peston? He's not funny.
He needs to go on a course like I did. They'd sort him out.
But what gave you the idea, getting belly laughs out of bankruptcies?
Old saying, isn't it? Where there's tragedy, there's comedy.
Aye, and these days, where there's comedy, there's cash.